Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Waking God's Child YouTube channel. I'm here with myself and not my co-host tonight. She is recouping from the long trip to Florida that we both took and actually got to meet up with each other this week. So it was an amazing trip, to say the least. I myself am absolutely exhausted, not going to lie. Whole bunch of stuff happened during that trip before I ever even got to see Miss Candy. Flat tires, broken windshields, spent more time underneath my vehicle in the hot sun on the asphalt than I did inside of it. That's okay. I mean, it ain't nothing but a thing. A little bit of lack of sleep going on, but ultimately had an absolutely amazing time spent with family, extended family, a large family, and something that we've all had a hard time these days, especially if you are suffering from the Morgellons syndrome, or what some would call disease, where you have felt as if you were discarded from your family, or forgotten about. And that is, in fact, exactly how it feels, and more or less what is exactly going on. And it's too much of an identical, I guess, situation with each and every single one of us to be any type of a coincidental circumstance. And we all know this and we're all aware. So we're going to park that bus there. I'm here to tell you that good things can happen when we stop expecting the world to understand, relate, or wake up. And that's one thing I can testify to tonight. And it's taken me a long time. It's taken me a long time. Let me tell you. When you're hurt, you're hurt, and this will do it. This is a spiritual warfare like no other, to say the least. To say the least, it is. Right now, I'm just kind of taking it slow here, waiting for people to show up. Tonight's topic is going to be black goo and Morgellons disease, and how these two more or less, more than likely, relate to each other in more ways and in more respects than we understand. On top of that, there seems to be a complete psychological psyop. I'll just call it a little sneaky psyop going on with the governmental factor, or maybe the demonic factor, which, I mean, it doesn't even matter which, because at the end of the day, it's demonic no matter what. The things that we're suffering from and we're going through. And I know many seek explanation, and they're looking for justice and validity. We all need that validation that we know what we're going through. But whenever the world looks down upon us and frowns down, that's called gaslighting, and that's a psyop within itself. And so many of us are being gaslighted in so many ways, made to feel as if we are crazy, when we all know, and deep within our own hearts, we in fact are not. We are very human. We are very worthy. We very much know our bodies. We were born into our bodies. We've known it from the moment we came to be. And so when we say something's going on with our bodies, indeed something is going on with our bodies. And anyone that knows the difference between actual physicality, ideas and concepts versus mental ideas and concepts definitely can differentiate one from the other. Meaning, we know that the CDC has labeled this as a delusional parasitosis to some respect. And as we progress, I think things are starting to possibly come to light for many. But the one thing I can say is the CDC says many things for many reasons in many ways, and they are not our friend. And one should ask themselves this exact question: where did the CDC come from? Why do we need that? We don't have the Center for Flu Control. We don't have a Center for fungal control. We don't have a center for cancer control. We don't have any of these things. And all of those things spread quite rapidly. Let's just put it that way. So, with that said, I believe in my own heart that the Center for Disease Control has that last portion of their name, the control part, on there for a reason, because they, in fact, are controlling which diseases are distributed, how they're being distributed, and to whom they are being distributed upon. Again, this is just me talking out loud, and I'm allowed to have my own thoughts and feelings, even though apparently that amendment was banned and taken away, along with many other rights, even though they say they still exist. It's just amazing to me how we are belittled, shunned, and gaslighted again, just by simply, obeying and following and abiding by our own commandments that and all of our laws and rights and Bill of Rights, all these things. I call them commandments. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so tired. But all these things that we supposedly were entitled to by living in the home of the free and the land of the brave, which in fact has ultimately ended up the home of the greedy and the land of the slaves. And this, again, I will say is my own personal opinion. And I will also go on to say America is not that great anymore. It is not the greatest country in the world anymore. And I don't really know that it ever was, knowing what I know now, going through what I've gone through now. And that goes for many of you. But with that said, I have discovered some things tonight, actually, over the past few days during my little break where I didn't have time to do anything. But as I was driving, I would actually do a voice search on certain things. And I have found some U.S. patents that involve, what do you know, black goo, U.S. patents involving black goo and graphene and the use of it and how it's being used in many, many ways, as well as, of course, I know most of you have known this, but also the fact that I also discovered a U.S. patent for Morgellons disease. Okay, so here's the kicker. We all know that we have been struggling with what is, dubbed as delusional parasitosis for Lord knows how long. We all know that we're spread all over God's green earth. From one end to the other, there we are. There we are all over the earth. And all of a sudden, there today, sorry, I'm going to overlay this chat really quick just in case any of you would like to put your 2 cents in. And I'm also getting ready to share a link for anyone brave enough to join me right here and right now on this live podcast this evening. And it's not putting you on the spot. I would never do such a thing. But I would love for one brave soul to just click that link and come on here with me and give your testimony. Give me your thoughts, your ideas. Give the world that. Because the more voices that we hear, the better off we will all be. But back to what I was saying, this is something that is starting to be recognized. I mean, quite honestly, it is being recognized. If someone's able to go to a U.S. patent office and get something such as which was once dubbed as a delusional parasitosis, non-existent, not real, in one's head, not possible, sci-fi horrific movie, but not real, The Matrix, whatever, which it is. Hi, Heidi. Love to see you here. I'm so glad you're here. Heidi, you should join me. I really need to meet you, and I'd love to talk to you right here, actually. So what I'm saying is they're recognizing this in small little baby step ways, just like they did the UFO phenomenon, just like they did any phenomenon or anything. And is it a fun phenomenon? Phenomenon? Lord have mercy, I'm so tired. But I mean, are any of these things really, or are they actually explanatory? And even if it goes off into the deep end and it's like, oh, that's sci-fi, is it? Because there is this really big, huge, ginormous thing called, well, demons and heaven and hell and earth. And as much as some would not choose or like to believe that, look around. Look around. You feel those joyous moments when someone makes you smile or happy, or you see something beautiful, such as a rainbow after a storm or a beautiful sunset. That might be a fake one now. I'm just gonna, maybe I shouldn't have used that one as a comparison, but or just when you see your baby smile at you for the first time, or you see the look in your mother's eyes when you bring her flowers and a surprise. Those are the things that bring you joy. But we also know that the things that bring you pain is when you find that you're alone. You have nobody, or you feel like nobody understands you. You see a world on a different level, in a different way, with big eyes, a huge heart, an open mind, and you just wait and you wait for someone to be like-minded and come in and come through that door to interact and relate to you, but they seemingly don't. I think, to me, that right there is a perfect example of heaven and hell and how real it is, or the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other, your yin and your yang, what have you, whatever you want to call it. But it's as real as can be. Those feelings are as real as can be. That hate, that torment, that pain, the anger, we all know is on a very negative frequency and level, but we also know that the levels of joy and happiness and peace are like, it elates you. You feel like your heart will explode. You can't keep the smile from your face, which I did actually feel this weekend with family members that I haven't seen in years, and family members that actually did commit me and take me away and take my rights away because they thought I was crazy, because I had something very real that people have worldwide, and not just a few, not a handful, not 20, not 30, millions and millions of people worldwide, none knowing another. And I just made that decision. You know what? I can't wait. If I can't wake them up, they're not willing to wake up and they're not willing to listen. It's not their time. These are the things I'm starting to understand. Just because our loved ones around us don't see it, don't understand it, and yes, they're mean, and because it is a psyop, it is spiritual warfare through and through. That's all I can say. But just because of that, I found something magical within that. And the magic that I found was, at the end of the day, you don't have to be like them. You don't have to go there. You don't have to rent the space in your head or put the holes in your heart to where they won't heal. You can still interact with them and still love them. And it doesn't even have to be at a distance, which is once what I thought it had to be, was at a distance, because I was afraid to get too close, because they would in fact hurt me, hurt my heart. I mean, I'm at a point, and I've been at a point where I've steered clear of relationships and in close contact with any human. And that's the kind of scars that abuse, neglect, or torment leaves, whether it starts at a young age, an old age, or any age, or just once. Scars are scars. But I'm learning to discover that these scars can be healed by your own doing, by the forgiveness within your own heart. And it is possible. So possible. Because I had a smile on my face all week, even though I was on the ground in hot asphalt in the middle of nowhere changing tires and literally like cursing at the car I was driving. And I could go on and on, running on little sleep, loading, unloading, doing things that a man should do. But me, the little 108-pound girl, doing it, sick with a disease that's killing my body. But somehow, by the grace of God, and that's the key right there, by the grace of God, I did it. I survived, and I enjoyed a really glorious, wonderful time. And I'm grateful, thankful, and blessed. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and post this link here in the comments. And again, and Hottie, come on, just do it already. But let me just get this link going here. And somebody click on it. It's like I'm inviting a guest on. I could invite multiple guests on. I think up to 3 actually. But I'm just double dog daring you guys just to kind of, click on it. Bear with me though, because apparently my double dog dare is a little delayed, much like my sleep, my mind, my body, my soul, but I'm getting there. So, okay, I'm going to paste the link here. And again, anyone at all, Don't have to worry about how you look. Don't have to worry about how you talk. Don't. And I am not going to leave you hanging. All you got to do is just click on it. I'll ask questions. I'm gentle. I will lead you into it. And trust me, I have tons of compassion. Like you have no idea. And that's the one thing, this whole thing, it's not just Morgellons disease, but the whole I'm a little different phenomenon will leave one with is a heart filled with patience, understanding, love, and everything else, like quite literally. Okay, so did it post or did it not? Yeah, that's cool. It's not looking like it. I just tried, but okay, so it's not wanting to do this. Why is this not? Can you guys see if I posted that or not at all on any level? Why is that not working? And Hadi, I see you up there, but it's not showing my comment at all. So let me try this again. Totally not. It totally hates me. It's okay though. Yeah, nothing but love. Nothing but love. I just find this humorous that it's always kind of like this. So, oh yeah, no, that's gonna. I'm telling you what, this is craziness. I'm gonna try one more time. I see the eyes. I see the eyes, Hottie. I do. All right, I'm gonna try this again. Okay, and why is it not showing everything though? Show and here, return. You know, it really should be like having this on there. I know on the other channel or the other platform I use on what was it, Studio Stream or something, it allowed me to put this link. Pretty sure it did on this one too. So, gosh, how can I do this? Why is this not going? Yeah, I need help. It says need help, question mark. Need all sorts of help. Can you help me out? No, I'm not going to send you a message because you'll answer tomorrow. All right, so that's a nix right there. This is just dumb. And I'm still having the same problems that I kind of did the other night as well. So, all right, guys, bear with me because now I can't even get this out of the way. I can't get this out of the way. This is crazy. Taking up the screen. Yeah, no, I don't need your help either. You can just sweep away there. I don't understand why. Like, you guys know I can usually like answer your chats and whatnot. So, but I can actually read it to you. I guess this is just it's been the story of my life for a while. All right, let's see if I can do it this way. I'm gonna do it as Waking God's Child because that's who I am. That's me. There it is. I just did it finally. So you guys see the link there? That's a double dog dare, Hottie. Hottie. That's a double dog dare. So, for any of you watching, click the link. Come on, be on here. Tell me. I want to hear. Or don't tell me. Just be on here. Hold my hand because I'm just sitting here hanging out like a booger right now, and it's not always the best feeling, but I have no shame in my game, and I learned how to swallow my pride a long time ago, and humbleness is real, folks. It's pretty real. So, but like I said, we're going to start with this. I posted a link. Anyone that wants to click on that link and join. And I'm watching in the chat. We have 15 people currently here. You're silent. If you wouldn't mind, at least comment, say, "Hey, I'm here," because I don't know. It only shows just the numbers. It doesn't show who's here. But I would love to know you, meet you. Maybe I already know you, but if you just comment, say hey, or if you are really bold, click that link and come right up here on the platform with me because that would be pretty cool. It really would. Okay, what's this dog and cat? Okay, I'm trying to figure that out, Hottie. I have no idea what that actually is, but I'm just gonna say chicken lips. It's chicken lips, isn't it? Something like that. It's all right. It's all good. I really don't know what that means though, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty not savvy on that. The purple demon or that purple face thing. I keep wondering, what does that actually mean? I don't. I'm really delayed, like I said. Maybe I'm just old, but not really. I think I just don't get on like chats and stuff a lot, even though I have a channel. But so what I'm going to do now, right now, is I'm going to show you a couple of things. We're going to start out with Harold Katzvala, that actually discovered a lot about regarding the black goo. And this has been years ago. I want to say this is probably 15 years ago. But I'm going to go into sharing just a portion of that. I'm sorry, I have the mama cat and kittens back that I rescued, and she's pretty lost right now inside my bathroom and wandering around with her kittens in the bathtub because it's all I got. It's all I got right now. That's where they are. All right, so let me see if I can share the screen here. Just a minute and pull that up. I hope. One can only hope here. That is not the one. It's not it. So I'm going to try this. I go into my. Okay, guys, again, I am not. It's not even really that I'm not savvy. It's that this is really hard to navigate. I think I really liked StreamYard. StreamYard is what I was talking about. I really like that platform quite a bit better. But just bear with me because I need you all to hear this clip. And many of you probably already have by now heard the Harold Katzvala clip on the black goo. But then I'm going to lead you into some of these U.S. patents that I have known about. One I found tonight, which was regarding the Morgellons, and it was actually shocking. I'm just like, so what does this mean? You've got a U.S. patent, the U.S. patent acknowledges it. That means, yeah, it's kind of working their way into saying, yeah, we lied. It's true. It's real, just like anything and everything else. But it gets old. It's because people have committed suicide over this, suffering with this Morgellons and giving up because the world turned against them. And I just want you all to know, don't you ever let any of that be within you because you are bigger, stronger, and better. And they're just wrong. They're just gone. They're just lost. And you're found. Lord God walks with you. Don't ever forget the devil works harder, so much harder on those that he knows are way harder to get. Coming in crystal clear as an unmetaled leg. Ah, okay, so we got Wally Mammoth Wizard or Woolly Mammoth Wizard. Hey, Woolly Woolly. Double dog dare you to click that link I put there in the chat and join us here. Hottie, I'm still waiting. So, long story short, I guess I am coming in clear as an unmetaled leg, so that's pretty cool. For once in my life, unmetaled because my brain is truly muddled. All right, so I'm going to share this. Just like I said, I'm going to have to kind of skip through a lot. I get all sorts of copyright strikes and everything else. They strike me down as fast as they can. I mean, like I said, I've been up to 50,000 subscribers before, and then bam, just take it away just like that. So I got to be careful. I walk on eggshells, and I get all sorts of strikes for no. I got a copyright strike on my own content just recently, by the way. It's fun. Censorship is real, folks. It's so real. So, all right, let me go to the share screen here. This mama cat's going to drive me crazy. Okay, so we're going to share this. I'm going to try window screen here. Entire screen. Why is this not? Okay, we're going to try a different one maybe. I don't know. This is just, again, bear with me because I will get there. I don't understand why they have to make this so hard. I guess I will click out of this one here. Okay, I think we got this. Yep, I do believe we do, maybe. Go back to the window. To the window, to the wall, to the swept, whatever. Yeah, I just sang that a little bit. I don't even know the words. I just know I got no button. It's missing now. So, yeah, I said that too. Share the screen, Lise. Share it. Just share the screen, would you? Like to. Trying. I'm just not. This is so classic, guys. This is so classic. I had it up again. And again, I'm going to tell you, I did try to go on with Candy Nelson 2 days ago, and I got to meet up with her. But this is just, dang already. It's always something. Let me pull it back up here. Let me just do that. Okay. Now, if I could just get this to share. It's like I got the whole thing there, just not wanting to. There we go. Entire screen. We're going to show the entire screen window. Oh, that's cool. Went away again. Love it. Love my life. All right. Here we go. I think maybe. The problem that I'm having, honestly, is like moving the screen to where I can get to the bottom of it to share it. Like I can't hit play, so, and I don't know why. This has been every day, all day long. And it wasn't doing this until I recently started talking about some really significant things regarding, well, Morgellons, UFOs, supernatural experiences, shadow people, Bigfoot, you name it. It started, and it's like this every time. Every time I've ever shared anything remotely close to all of that, I experience these challenges. So I really don't know what to do at this point because it's just not. I go to share screen and it's just select a tab to share. Tried that once, tried it twice, and it's not going to share. This is just, gosh, guys, tell you what. So my problem is I have a small screen in front of me, right? Well, for some reason, all of a sudden, whenever I go to click and share, the button that says share is hiding below my bottom toolbar. And it didn't used to do that. So any suggestions? Anyone have any ideas on how that I can move that up so I can click share? Because it is hiding at the very bottom. And I know there's got to be a way to do this, but somebody did something and it wasn't me. It's done this for the last few times. This is just super cool. I can't wait to do it again. Okay, so I'm not sharing that, apparently. I can share it from my phone, which is really not very professional. The sad thing is, I should be able to share it professionally from a platform that I know how to use and I've done it before, but it's not allowing it. So, and Woolly Mammoth Wizards says, and people actually think they're actually free, right? This is so far from. Oh wow! Hold on, I got a cat moving kittens. Bear with me. Just no, you're not going in my room with the cat. She's on my room. This is not happening right now. No, ma'am. I'm telling you. I'm just saying. This is the story of my life right here. See? She's moving the baby, so hold on. Mama, you gotta stop. I'm gonna put you outside and you're gonna get eaten by the coyotes. So stay where you are. Alright, this has been interesting so far. Okay, anyone have an idea how to move the screen part on? Sorry, this is cracking me up right now. I cannot move this up to save my life. There's got to be a way. I know there's a way. It's just not. All right, guys, I'm counting on you right now at this point because you know how like you have the box within the box. How do you move them up on the screen? Somebody help me because this is not working. But I want to share this with you, and I can't figure out why it will not go up. I mean, I can because it's typically what happens, but yeah, you know, I can make this maybe smaller, bigger. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I just want to be able to present this right. It's worked many times before, those of you that have been here with me. know that it has, but it seems like every time I try to present the black goo theory, the Morgellons, and they're not theories. I've put tons and tons of homework into these things and these topics, hours upon end for, well, going on like 10 years now. And there is sincerely a strong relation to the use of vinegar. And you all have seen the TikTok videos showing that vinegar, if you put a bowl out, it clears the chemtrails. I know many of you have seen this. Well, that is not really a theory. It does, in fact, work, not for very long. They do, come back. But what I can tell you is there's something to that, and I actually found a whole U.S. patent on the vinegar idea and theory of mine as well. So also put it in your bath water. Just saying, just a little hint, hint. But fungus is vinegar kills fungus. Vinegar is a microbial. It's got all types of wonderful benefits, especially to those of you that have Morgellons, which I'm sorry, we all kind of do. I hate to say that, but it would be impossible and inevitable for us to not, because we're breathing the same air, we're drinking the same water, and we're eating the same food, more or less. So, um, hi, Christy. Hello, Christy Dienda. So glad to see you here, guys. Thank you so much. Christy, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I did leave a link towards the top of the comments saying anyone and everyone, just click the link, come be on this platform with me, because I would love to pick your brain, anyone's brains. I'd love to hear your story, your testimony. Or you don't have to say a word, just hold my hand while I'm on here, because trust me, I know, the first time I came on to a live stream, I was shaking. I was like, I don't know if I could do this, God. And he said, yes, girl, you can. So I did. And I'm still here. And not perfect. It's so imperfect. It's ridiculous. And obviously, I can't even get this platform to work right now to show you some of these videos and patents that I did, in fact, run across, find, and they interlink quite perfectly, actually, including the vinegar theory and the microbial components, and the fact that vinegar kills fungus. And there's a big portion of Morgellons that is fungus, but there's graphene involved, and that goes back to the black goo. And the black goo is very much alive and not so well, but well. And someone call it like a sentient being. There's an intelligence to it, without doubt. I mean, we're dredging oil here in the Gulf of, Mexico. I live in Texas, and there's so many factors. But after Hurricane Harvey, I was part of the cleanup crew. I helped with, all of cleaning up people's homes that lost everything. And my first contact, my first remotely close to the thought and idea of Morgellons came from digging in the Brazos River, not only cleaning up from the hurricane, but pulling up artifacts. As most know, I love architectural designs. I love anything ancient and old, historical factors. I love antiques of all kinds. I'm a rock hounder. I love, arrowheads, just all of that kind of stuff. And I came up with a bunch, and I mean a bunch of black goo on my hands, as well as my friend did. And he was covered so badly that I watched his veins go black and it move up his arms, and the whites of his eyes go black. And I don't ever want to see that again. I'm just going to, and I've talked about this before, I touched on it before. Let's just put it this way. I almost died that night. Love is the answer to everything. I'm going to leave y'all on that note. Love is the only thing that can trump evil. But it wouldn't come off my hands. And the next day, I saw my first white fiber. And the next day after that, my world changed drastically. And mine didn't just happen like a slow pace over time. It was just like, bam, 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 you're awake. Like, I started realizing the whole historical factor and the lies that we were told. I mean, it was like immediately, it was like something in my body just short-circuited and opened up the awareness to truth. And it puts the Truman Show to shame, what most of us are experiencing. Started seeing things in their true light. Not just the fact that I'm seeing white fibers shoot into my body or out. I start noticing things in the sky that shouldn't be there, blinking lights close following me around. I'm thinking, I've got to be bat crap crazy. But yet I knew, and just like most of you, you know you're not. You know what you're seeing, you know what you're experiencing and going through, and you know that you're not imagining it. I mean, you're just not. And mine again, a lot of people I speak with and I've interviewed, it's slow. It's a slow progress, and they wake up slowly, a little at a time. But mine was just a hardcore bam awakening, the spiritual awakening, like you have no idea, which should drive anyone all the way to the edge. But I knew, because I have this. I don't know. I was just born with this know-how and the strength in me that I'm not wavering. I am standing right beside every word I said. You are not going to make me crumble. You're not going to gaslight me. You're not going to make me deny my own knowledge, what I know, what I see, and what I, in fact, am aware of. And I'm bigger than you, is what I always had in my head to these people that try to treat us like that. I'm bigger than you. I'm better than you. You are the one I pity, and I felt that from day one. And I was in the fight from day one, but don't think that didn't go without a fight for my life, because I told most of you I was taken away. I was put in a loony house, taken away from my children, and good mother, a tax-paying citizen, just a normal human being going through the motions, the everyday tasks of just being here, to survive, a slave to Uncle Sam, paying robbing Peter to pay Paul, just doing what we had to do, completely law abiding, wonderful as far as that goes, mother, because I pride myself on the mother that I was, most definitely. Single mom, yes. But I raised my kids, all of them, by myself. And I did and they went to college, and man, I wish they wouldn't have. That's a whole nother story. But, like, I did what I was supposed to. I didn't ask for this mess. So you can't tell me that one day someone just wakes up crazy, because we don't, guys. We don't just go to bed one night and wake up crazy. What we do is we go to bed and we wake up awake, aware, and alert. And that's the I guess the best part of this. As hard as it is, as scarring as it is, as hurtful as it is, as challenging as it is, and as painful. It is so painful, especially when it comes to the families and the way that people like us are treated. That's a scar that you can't ever get rid of. That pain never goes away. But there's a funny little twist and a little story that goes with that, and the way things work out. It's like a twist of fate. It's like God had a secret the whole time. And what happened was you become a more humbled person, more sympathetic person, more loving person. And I would like to add that I always thought I was all of those things anyway. I was always taken up for the underdog. I was always like looking, watching. If I could, I would look for facial expressions, know if people were upset, or, want to go comfort them. That's one thing. But after going through this, it is amazing how you can not just like try to think about yourself in someone else's shoes, but you can actually put yourself there. You can put yourself there. You can relate. You can hurt with them, and know why they're hurting, even if you weren't walking their shoes exactly. It leaves you with this just humbled level of pure love and gratitude, even through the tears and the pain. And I wouldn't change my stars at all. It sucked. It sucks. It still sucks. I still sit alone home every night, alone, for years now, with not one friend here. And you know what? That's okay, because my friends are here. And my world doesn't revolve around that comfort need for people around me anymore. My world revolves around people that need lifted up, people that need to know they're worthy, they're wonderful, they're loved, and people that need to hear truth, people that need answers to questions. And even if I don't have them, I have me to offer and a listening ear. And I don't always have the answers, but I'm just grateful that all this crappy crap happened to me. And I know most of you can say that too. And isn't that so odd to say, I don't regret a bit of it? I mean, I don't. Look around, look around. There's a lot of empty hearts and souls walking around us right now, just empty. They're just vessels, just walking about through life. They don't even know what it is to feel in general, but they certainly don't know what it is to love unconditionally, because we have all experienced the conditional love, I assure you. But I mean, it's like your own little secret. Like, God knows, and you just know you're going to get there some way, somehow, some day. And this is just a mere moment here on earth. And I mean, that's really all that matters. It seems like an eternity right now. Honestly, every day is passing by so fast. I don't even know where the day went these days. But it's a small price to pay for what we got coming, the way I see it anyway. So, yeah, so I had to take this in a different direction. I do apologize. Again, the title being Black Goo and Morgellons disease, and there is a very strong, strong, strong connection there. But yeah, this little censorship thing, it won't let me share. It moves my screens around, changes everything all the time. But I would show you through my phone too, but that's going to mirror. It's going to be backwards. It's not going to be very professional. So what I'm going to have to do is, same as last time with the shadow people video, which I did not get to because, yep, Satan throws some wrenches and things. But I'm going to put together and compile a video with these things. But here's a clue, just because I can't share with you. Please do Google Harold Kautzvella, Black Goo. Just put that one in first. Most of you have seen that. I'm sure you're aware. And then if you've already seen that, even if you haven't, just move on to the next and put U.S. patent Morgellons disease. And guess what, guys? For the first time ever, you're going to see the very first U.S. patent involving a topical cream just for that. Now I get it, you got to have U.S. patents for this, that, and the other, but remember, guys, this is supposedly delusional. So why would the United States patent, area actually allow that within the patent realm itself if they weren't, in fact, recognizing it? So this is one real small step for man, unlike the moon that wasn't. But so that's a good thing. So just Google that. I don't even have to show you. You can find it. And then also Google just U.S. patents, black goo. You can put it in many ways. But if you Google U.S. patents, black goo, graphene, something that I respect, I'm trying to remember how I came upon it, you're going to stumble upon it. And most of you, especially with the Morgellons, you're going to know because you pulled that graphene out of your body so many times. Black, odd-shaped chunks of nothing along with Batman wings and Tinkerbell toots and I don't even know what. Yeah, I mean, just everything that shouldn't be in your skin. I mean, I'm looking for Thanksgiving turkey, dang it. That's my next quest. Not really. I'm sick of stuff being there, but and that is, well, I want to add on a different note. While in Florida at this reunion with a family that committed me, that I chose to love and it worked out, I sat in the ocean, which, by the way, I've been terrified of the ocean because I could always see the Morgellons, the shaped faces, which is a frequency. It's a frequency when you're seeing the shapes, and a lot of people call them the cartoon characters or the what they call them, the Primanus faces or whatnot. This is a frequency. It will change the shape of your trees, the ocean, the grass. You can look at your walls and sometimes see those faces. You can look at your TV and see the plasmatic images show up. When in fact, the plasmatic is actually the factor here, and it is in fact a frequency that's creating these images. And because of the fungal components within our bodies, our brains are now seeing things for what they are. Most people's vision is off of cognitive response, like conditioning from the second they, were born. Mom and dad's like, this is a block, this is a circle, this is this, that's that, this is blue, this is green. So that's how we learn, that's how we grew, and that's what we knew. But when you have this, your body spits out all those toxins, all of the vaccine roller up your sleevers that you got from day one. And when you're spitting out those toxins, which are all the ulcers that everyone will get on their bodies with this, that means you're being cleansed. You're ridding yourself of all those toxins that came within those roller up your sleevers that you had to have from day one in order to go to school, do this, do that. Um, by gosh, if you didn't, you couldn't go. And but yet you could go to the same grocery store for another kid that was homeschooled. Go figure. It never made any sense. But I mean, it does now. It does because fluoride, all this, the mandatory. It's a no-brainer, and we're spitting it out. So what we're seeing now, we're seeing the exact image of what's always been there. We're just not using our cognitive response anymore. We're actually using our vision that of a real realm that is here. So that graphene, in fact, creates the cloudage sometimes. It creates these things that we see, maybe false people. Some people say fake birds. I've seen them, and I don't really know. I never knew what to call these things. I just knew that when you would, like scrub videos or photos and you look at them closely, you're seeing entities and weird things sticking out that you're like, what the heck? What is that? Where other people see nothing. And I do believe this is also a customized spiritual warfare. So this graphene and the frequency within it that manipulates it is coordinated with your own body frequency, which is why, and this is just me talking, I don't know this for certain, but I've poured my heart and soul into looking, and I believe that your frequency will coincide with whatever frequency that the graphene, or there's a fungal component to that no matter what. I firmly believe that. But that's what creates the images that you will see, in fact, in true and real form. But again, what you were taught at birth, who's to say what is what anyway? I mean, that's just what someone else told us, and everything in our books, written in any school system, and there's a reason they call it a system, is just structuring. It's a system for a reason. It's training to make you believe, think, and know what they say is right, when in fact, it's all backwards. It's actually the exact opposite, especially your history. Your history is a grand old lie through and through. There's not barely any truth to that. But I can tell you our technology was way more advanced then. And it should be obvious by people just looking around. I mean, just look at the pyramids or anything else. Get on Google Earth and take your gander there. These star forts on every single continent, hundreds of them made, hundreds of years ago before we couldn't even float in a boat over there, according to, old Uncle Cuckoo House. And it just doesn't make sense. But what you can see is those star forts are also a frequency, and they resonate. They just like your old church buildings with the beautiful windows. It all interacts and relates together. It's all frequency. It's all your cymatics. It's all related, and it's free energy at the end of the day. And that is why you have all these new, in my opinion, all these new turnabouts where you're going through the circles everywhere, and they're saying, let's just slow traffic and it makes it more, less dangerous. I mean, the Earth's a grid. They're using the grid lines. They used them a long time ago, and they're using them now. And this is knowledge that I believe we went to war over. Like, the war has never been over anything but the knowledge, in my own humble opinion. And I believe my opinion is actually correct. These wars were BS and only over ancient knowledge from day one. And we didn't just wake up one day with all this, like, let me just reach into the air and grab this ether and I shall have internet. How could we even know that? I mean, come on. It's just 1 + 1 is 2, and this is math that we can't do. So I guess I'm going to have to park that bus there tonight, guys. Like I said, I had so much to show you, so much I wanted to say and do, and I still said a lot, but I just hope it made sense. Christy says her hair, girl, me too, my hair. Can't, our hair is so affected by this. It is It is crazy. Um, oh, I'm gonna read a few of these. I missed some comments. So, well, Woolly Mammoth said, when the entire sky is covered in the chemical muck, unless the whole country did that vinegar method, then then it may. Okay, no, you're totally right. The vinegar in the sky, but use it on your body. I don't believe there's any way to ever get rid of this, and it's only going to get worse. I do believe that, unless we can just humidify and fog the sky worldwide, which would be quite impossible. I mean, honestly, though, who wants to be here anyway? This place sucks. And I am not even like suicidal or on a death wish or anything. Like, I'm here to do what the Lord put me here to do. And that's to wake people up, to love them no matter what, and to be there for them. But I don't like it here at all. So if it gets worse, then the sooner I get to go home with him, because it does kind of suck here and it is really super lonely. But you guys are my heroes, all of you. You really are. And I don't know you, but I know you because I know what you're going through. And our stories are all so similar, ridiculously hard, painful, traumatic, and they hurt. And it seems like it's always something in life that brought us to that moment of grief and pain where we were just on our knees and we're like, we woke up and that's when we saw the world a little different. And I think that was our jolt. But I do really think that we are actually walking around and living amongst a lot of empty souls, to say the least. And that includes maybe some of our family members. I hate to say that. Maybe even, we could give birth to them too. Sometimes you have to wonder. I just know that this girl's heart, probably y'all's, has always felt big love, big hurt, big pain. And it didn't, like, I could get my feelings hurt so easy, but I could laugh so easy because we feel big. We love deeply. We are emotionally driven people because that's what life really is. That's what it should be. I don't want to be the empty show. I don't want to be the norm. I know you guys don't want to either. People are like, why you always got your panties in a ruffle, saying to other people, right? Why do you not have your panties in a ruffle? Why are you not smiling and acting out of character? Why are you not being different? I've always been different. I pride myself in being different. I got teased for being different my whole life, especially in grade school. I wouldn't change it. I definitely don't want to be a carcass walking around like what I see. And I know you all don't want to be that either. So be proud of yourselves. You guys are amazing, wonderful, beautiful people, and you have everything, where so many have nothing. It's just hard to feel like we have everything right now when we really feel like we have nothing. But it's okay because we do. And we have a promise coming. And we also have each other while we're here. And I do have a most excellent listening ear. And I actually feel weird things happen to me where I can sometimes know things without knowing how I know them. And I call that a God gift. But I know that there's someone in particular right here, right now, and I won't mention any names, but I think I'm talking to you, that you recently really, really went through something really hard. That you lost somebody actually, like just really fresh. And you were already on the rocks with them, and they passed, and you didn't get a chance to say what you wanted to say to them. And I'm just going to tell you, it's okay. They know, you know. You're going to have to let that go because this right here, this was just a practice run. That's all it was. Just a practice run. They are definitely aware and you just got to let that go. I just had to put that out there. Sorry. Felt that really strong and loud and quite early on. Well, a little bit early on. This has been short, but you know who I'm talking to. You know I'm talking to you. Let's put it like that. So, all right, guys, I love you. I really hate that I couldn't share all of this that I wanted to, but just know that all of these things are here for the taking. The knowledge is there. That's the great thing about the ether in the air. But mm, just know I love you and I'm here for you. And there's somebody else out there right now that I just got this little. You are not alone. There's somebody else different. You're not alone. And I know they left you, but it, it needed to be that way because it was not meant to be. I'm just going to leave that one there either. And she wasn't worth it anyway. I said that out loud. You're going to be fine. You're going to be just fine. Like, quite literally. You'll see. And I do not, like, all my life I was told psychics are evil, and I would never go to one. And anyone that wants to make money off of other people for stuff like that, I do believe that's evil. All I know is there are spiritual gifts, and that's how I met Miss Candy at Nelson, or I guess really connected with her. And I don't know why, but it never happened to me before Morgellons or before seeing all these things. This has been really within the last 11 years. But you guys know, Willie Mammoth, he says I was a punk in the early 80s and played in bands with our lyrics warning people of this crap coming back then. Yay, that's awesome. That is so freaking awesome. I love it. I was just thinking, I wish there would have been more songs out there like that whenever I was growing up. Um, and now, ironically, they're getting to be lots and lots of. Oh, sorry, I just read Christy. I know, and I'm so sorry. And I know that's hard, but it's okay. I promise. Yeah. So, y'all, how can you remove black goo objects? Vinegar. Vinegar is helpful. Drinking vinegar. I drink apple cider vinegar. I'm not going to tell you that there's really anything ultimately that's going to ever, because this is going to be ongoing for the rest of our lives, which, in my opinion, we're getting kind of narrow on those days because all the signs are there. But vinegar definitely helps. Fenbenzonol. And I am not a doctor, so I am not giving any type of medical advice. I can tell you things I've done. So I have fenbenzonol for horses, toothpaste size amount, like once a month. Ivermectin, also very helpful. And love. Honestly, just like 1 Corinthians 13:13 says, the greatest of these things, all these things, is love. And the black goo, like the friend I told you about, where the whites of the eyes, tried to strangle me. I almost died that night. But love is what stops it, and not that kind of love. Love. He was a very, very, very close friend, never a romantic friend. Just one of my very best friends. The only friend I had here when I first moved here, actually. Super, super kind person, and he didn't have that kind of evil in him. But when your veins turn black and you watch it travel up the arms and into the eyes, and the whites of your eyes are suddenly black, and they call those black-eyed children. Well, there's black-eyed people too, and it happens to any and all, and can happen to anyone. Again, back to that sentient fungal being, and I do believe it has a fungal component, but um, love. I had to tell him as I'm choking out, like not breathing, just mouthing the best I could the words, I love you, Jesus loves you, God loves you, and felt that ease up, that choke, just slowly, slowly ease up. Um, and I didn't die, and the whites of his eyes came back, and I mean, he passed out cold after that, but I guess the point is this black goo it's real. It's here and it's a culprit, and my own beliefs are it's the biggest culprit. And the fibers are just a form of mycelium, which is a component of obviously a fungus. So the fibers very much can thread themselves together, look like ropes, chains, whatever you want. They can mimic, do whatever. But you got to understand that a fungus can actually change your cell and your cellular makeup and actually disguise itself, which is why most of you that's had testing done at hospitals or whatever, knowing like they could see things coming out of you, right? And then run a test and it comes back negative, like there's nothing wrong. That's a classic fungal sign. So this is without doubt Man-made, maybe, but I mean, I think this has been something that's been around for millennia, and it obviously was used in ancient Egypt and the mummification in the tombs, and it's been found everywhere in the depths of the ocean where they dredge for oil. And let's all think about, what is oil? Oil is dead things. That's the death of other. It's a death of a carcass. And who knows what those beings were? I mean, God flooded the world for a reason. These beings were evil. Many of them survived, I firmly believe, and they're just as real as anything else. And I mean, if you're suffering and struggling with Morgellons, or you just see UFOs, or you believe in Bigfoot, I don't care what it is, well, then you should know that anything and all is possible at this point. I don't doubt a thing anymore, but I know that this stuff has been around forever. And it's Satan's world, and we got to not forget that. We're just living in it. We have been living in it. He owns this place. He's the leader, the ruler, and the principalities of evil in the air, which is your ether here. But guess what? We got free will. We got a choice. We know right from wrong. We're going to make mistakes, but we need to try to get it right real quick, because I know the clock is ticking. He gave us the signs to look for, and people scream all day, well, nobody knows the time or the day. We don't. That's the magic of it. But what we do know is the other magical part, like all the signs to look for. And it wasn't a coincidence that those were in fact written, and they have in fact most of them taken place. So I don't know if you guys saw the Olympics, but there was in fact a white horse there just not long ago. They mocked everything, the Lord's Supper, everything. I mean, nobody goes to that kind of length or extent to do those things if in fact it's not real. So I will like to add that if you guys are not believers at this point, I would beg, plead, and urge you to maybe consider doing so, because better safe than sorry, right? And again, you will be blessed no matter what. You are loved. You will be forgiven. You just have to invite them into your heart and just say, Lord, I can't do this without you. I believe in you. I know you lived and you died for my sins, and I just want to belong to you. And trust me, I'm the biggest screw up there is. I screw up every day so much. I sometimes have to, like, how could I even? But it's amazing, like that feeling. You just know, like, the love. You have children. If you have children, you know that love you feel. That's the love of the Father. So that's how you know that it's okay, and you're forgiven, and you're loved, and you're worthy, and you got good things to do, and it's okay to fail. Just just try harder. That's all. Because how could we be perfect when we're living in this world and we got the seed of Adam, the seed of Cain in us? It's a no-brainer. We weren't expected to be perfect, but we were expected to try. And as long as we're trying, we're not dying. We got eternal life, promise. So, yeah, kind of that. All right, guys. I really do love you, and I'm sorry I couldn't share all these things on the screen. This kind of irritates me because this is the way it goes. And I tried to go on podcast with Candy this week when I got to see her, and I was bound and determined I was not going to give up. But she was tired. I was tired too. I'm not going to lie, I've had little to no sleep. But so I put a little, on the community page, I put a picture of us to let y'all know. Because, I mean, when I created this channel and started it, well, twice now. Like I said, I've been wiped out once before. But when I created it, I made a commitment to you all. And it was my own free will to commit to you all to try to be here every chance, every way I can, in every form I can, and humbly, not being a know-it-all, because I don't know it all. I know very little, but I would like to encourage all of you to listen to your heart, because that's where I've arrived at most of my answers. It's funny how that works. Your heart's usually never wrong, like right here. It's in our DNA. And what's happened is we've been poisoned enough with all the crap that they've fed us, and they still are, and they're still maintaining humanity to a certain numerical value. We have forgotten how to tap into that DNA, that magical intuition, that God-given intuition that lives and resides within all of us. But if you be still long enough, just like the verse says, be still and know that I am God, you'll hear it, you'll feel it. There's that little whisper, that little flickering and feeling that shows you the truth, tells you what you don't know, urges you to listen and not let go. And that's where I usually find my answers. And again, not because of me, but because of him. So I just rhymed a whole bunch. I didn't even mean to. That was weird. Christy, love you too. You're a sweetheart. Hi, Aunt Jenny. That's my beautiful Aunt Jan. I love you. I wish you could have been there with us, Auntie. Would have been amazing to see you too. Um, so I got one aunt that got to go, and it was a blast. I really treasured her because my aunt Jan and my aunt Brenda that got to go to this family reunion. They're the only two out of my entire family that believed us, believed in people like us, believed me. So this girl right here, guys, if you're listening, watching, Jan Smith, she does not have the symptoms, but she believes us. She believes in us, and that's a really good feeling. Really good feeling to know that other people can still believe. And because you know why? She probably used this right here. That's why. It was in her DNA from day one to listen to her heart and not other people and not their mouths and not their books that another man wrote and not their strategies and teaching and their systematic ways. There's other people that listen to their hearts, guys. So it's always good. Hello, Trap 4. Um, I'm not going to read all of it because I have one contact out right now. It says, I like watching my 53-year-old fiance with other men. Can it spread through bodily fluids? Uh, wow. I think that's a good question. First of all, I'm sorry that you have to go through that. That's not cool, not fun, and I'm very sorry. I think that it would be impossible for the whole world not to have this within them. I think people like us that are spitting it out is why we are suddenly coming to that free thinking area of seeing things for its true and real reality. Don't quote me on this. I don't have to be a doctor or a lawyer. I'm listening to my heart, but I think it's already spread everywhere, fluid or not. But I mean, if she's that shallow or he's that shallow, whoever other man you said, whoever, one or the other, you're better off without them anyway. And they have the big guy upstairs to answer to. So at the end of the day, karma, I guess, so to speak, but you just keep being you and you just keep being the bigger, better person. And it's not easy. Trust me, I've been in those shoes too. So just know that you can do this and know that you're better than that and know that you can rise above it and know that the pain will get better and it'll go away. And I mean, it'd be great if it spread through bodily fluids, but we can't really wish, I guess. I mean, the human part of us would like to wish that on other people, but they get theirs no matter what. We're not the judge, but trust me on this one. And again, I'm sorry you have to go through that. That's very hard and hurtful. And you know who I was talking to earlier, apparently. So there you go, I guess. And if you are a troll, I don't know what to say, but you gave too much information to actually be a troll. I think you're hurting inside big time to give the age and that. And you're angry, and I would be too. I would totally be true. Yeah. No, I gotcha. I knew that was true. So you would be surprised though how many trolls we do get on here and that say crazy things. But you gave enough detail for me to know that you're hurting, and actually I already called this out earlier before you even came on here. So you're gonna be okay. Like I said, you got this. You totally got this. So don't worry about anything passing one to the other. Dogs be dogs at the end of the day, and karma be karma. That's all I can say. And God be God, so to speak. But you guys, I'm telling you, there are better days coming. Maybe not here. It doesn't have to be here. But just take whatever little bit of joy and peace that you can get out of the day, and even though it may not be much, just take that, hold on to it, keep it near and dear to your heart, and smile when you can about it. Because, like I said, this family reunion, it was terrifying for me to even think about going to, and knowing that I got to put on a smiley face and suck up the fact that I'm sick, and all these things are going on, and it's a lot. It's a lot. It's overwhelming. It's torturous. There's no one to talk to or share it with, and then you get in a big group of people, and you know that the people that sent you away took you away, and didn't believe you and hurt you and left you. It was tremendously terrifying, I'm not going to lie. But I'm so grateful that I did. And I am so wonderfully blessed that I did, because I didn't have to talk about it. And again, I'm starting to figure out that people will either hear or they won't. They will either wake up or they won't. They were either meant to hear it or they weren't. And some people are just walking around empty. It's not for me to know the answers, but it's for me to be able to still live and breathe and carry on. And that goes for you all too. We can't fix the world, and Lord knows we've tried. I've tried and tried and tried, and I know y'all have. We're not going to be able to do that. We can't fix the world. It's not our job. But it is our job to put our best foot forward and love them. And it's amazing what that alone can do. I mean, I had a great time. I didn't have to say a word about anything. I hurt the whole time. I was in pain a lot. I was exhausted. I'm still exhausted. But it's amazing also how much strength the Lord can put within you when you have to have it. And He did. Plus, I've never had a crutch. I've never had a family member or husband that I could just lean on and say, like, hey, you pick up that end of the slack, I'll do this. I've been mom, dad, nurse, doctor, lawyer, the keeper of the stars, man in the moon, and all of that. And it, not because of me, not because I'm anything spectacular. That'd be Him all day long, because I certainly didn't have it in me. He just put it in me and said, this is what you got to do right now. So I believe that wholeheartedly, that that's what He does for us. So when we have little faith, we're only hurting ourselves. We just have to have that faith in Him, because He will. He figures it out. We don't have to figure it out. He figures it out. We just got to believe in it. And then there you are. And Safaria and Ebram says disease can spread with that kind of behavior. And that is true. And we can actually kill ourselves by being negative. And I know what she's talking about with, can it spread through bodily fluids? And you know what? I think we've all been there at times. I mean, there was times just like, I'd love to see my family locked up and can't have, a choice in how they even got naked in the doctor, the clothes in the hospital, or how they go to the bathroom, and then I'm like, oh, I can't do that. And here's a funny thing. I would never, ever want my family to have to experience that, what I went. It was the ultimately most pain. I would rather have all my limbs cut off one by one, piece by piece, than ever, ever, ever. I mean, I'm going to tear up right now. I mean, that's the deep wound that left. I would never want them to have to. So I never really wished that upon them. But I always thought, man, if you only knew how the deepest scar that will always be there that you left. So, but we got them, guys. We got them. They're battle wounds. We have battle wounds, and it's okay. They're like purple hearts. And we carry them around with heavy hearts sometimes, but with pride, because we're still here. We got through it. We made it. You showed up again. You showed up again for the fight, guys. And that is a testimony in itself. You're still standing. You're still here. You're still interacting. You're still, sending the message. You're still talking about it. You're still feeling. You're still hurting even. You're still loving. That means you're still flesh and blood, and you're still here, and you're still in the fight. In the freaking fight. That's pretty amazing. I'm just saying it. That's amazing. Because it's not easy. It's not easy to do. But you're wearing your full armor, and you're wearing it with pride. And remember, it wasn't your job to win the battle anyway, because the battle's already been won. It's just hard to remember that sometimes when you're down here and you're being picked on and kicked in the gut over and over and over, it feels. But it's okay. That means you got broader shoulders. You have the strength to do it. And, ask yourself this. How many people can you think of that could have ever, ever got through what you just did, what you have, what you've accomplished? There's not very many that could. And I've always said and I know it sounds dumb, but I've always said, you know what, I would rather it be me than someone else that couldn't handle it, that might take their own life. I mean, I'm glad in that case, because there's a lot of people that could not, would not, and cannot survive something like this emotionally, spiritually, physically, because all of those combinations, quite sincerely, kill people daily from that alone. And we have failing bodies, but we have winning hearts, so therefore we are and we win. I'm gonna hurt this cat. That's the only thing I have a little bit of anger towards right now. Hear the nail sharpening? Yeah, she's a little ticked. So, um, oh, Aunt Jan, it's okay. God made you a warrior. Thank you, Aunt Jenny. My aunt, she's a warrior too. She's been through a lot as well, and she's going through a lot as well. And her health has been extremely hard for her. And Auntie, I love you and I pray for you every day because I know it's not fun and I'm sorry. And I think it runs in the family because I'm kind of starting to experience some of those as well. And I would love to talk to you a little bit more in depth about what's actually probably going on in this world, but all in good time. You'll know it when you know it. All right, guys, much love. I have nothing but love, respect, and loyalty towards you guys. And that's why I'm here because I'm not going to lie, I'm so tired. I want to be sleeping. But I really wanted more than anything, to be here and tell you all that. And even though I tried to tell it in a different way and the screen wasn't working, it's okay. Words can convey the same. And my heart is telling you right now that I love you. I think you're all amazing. And you don't hear it enough. I just want you to know that I love you. I don't have to know you to know you. So you're amazing. And just keep that little secret in your pocket. Walk through the crowd with your chin up and just tell yourself, I'm amazing because I belong to him. That's like the best reason to be amazing anyway. But you have a little secret because you know all these things so much more than what the rest of the people know. And even if they don't listen, it doesn't matter because you know, God knows, and it's your choose little secret, and it'll carry you through the day, every day, all day. So, yep, kind of that pep talk, step talk. I don't even know what you call it, but I mean, it's just love talk. It was a love talk, you guys. I love you. And I'm sorry you're going through all of your hardships, especially the two of you I addressed tonight. And actually, there's another one that just showed up, and I'm just going to leave that alone right now. But show up again. I bet you'll feel better next time. Actually, I know you will. So, um, you guys take care of yourselves. Love yourselves. Love yourselves hard, strong, and long, and know that God loves you and He is not left your side, not even once. It's us that leaves Him. That's the truth. But Benjamin Marx said, spread the truth to the youth and keep getting knowledge to blossom into something. Yes. Amen. Amen. Yes. So much so. That's, our youth is our future. And again, I know and I feel, and many of you do, we're approaching the end. Again, no one knows the time of the day. But if it goes on, what better way to spend your time than instilling that knowledge and truth to the youth and to see what it blossoms into? That was very good advice, Benjamin. Thank you for that. Beautiful words, and we should all be doing that. I mean, we can't waste time on people that won't listen, though. We got to know that people will either wake up in their own time or they won't, and that's one thing I learned the hard way by just trying so hard. Like, why can't you see this? And it didn't work, and it doesn't work for anyone, and you all know that by now. Never works. They're either going to wake up or they're not. It's not our place to jolt them into that. We planted the seed, and if flower grows, it grows. If it wilts, it wilts, and it wasn't ours to grow in the first place, I guess. I mean, it's always been God's from day one. So, yeah, so that. Love you, Auntie. Love you guys. Benjamin, nice to see you. I hope you guys join me again. We try to be on here every Friday, and it's always sporadic. I'm a private investigator, so I'm usually working super late or super weird hours, or sometimes I'm parked on a corner for hours on a dark curb in like really dangerous places that I really don't want to be. But I always do try to get here, and Candy's too when she can on Fridays. Um, just if you would, just kind of stop by and visit every now and then because This is a channel that actually does appreciate each and every one of you very, very much. And we're not here to try to get all the votes and be the best around. We're here to group together to recognize and acknowledge one another, lift each other up, and learn from each other, because we couldn't possibly all know it all, right? So, what better way than to just put heads together and collaborate and converse and arrive at theories and ideas and thoughts, or just ways to soothe your body and heal your pain, and or just smile for no reason because somebody said I farted. Okay, I just had to throw that in there. But you gotta admit though, anytime someone farts, it's pretty funny. So at least I think it is. But I mean, yeah, I just said that. I went there. I totally drove that bus straight there. But you guys know what I'm saying. You're picking up what I'm putting down. At least you're not farting it out, so we're good. All right, so I know some of you are smiling right now because I can feel it. All right, y'all. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, because it is a weekend. I didn't even realize that. I usually would be working right now, but I lucked out. I need to work, though. Single mom, only breadwinner, no child support, need to work. So, yeah. It's okay, though. She's in college now. If I could just get her through that, I'll be done. But I already feel done because there's no one here but me and a cat and 5 kittens that I didn't ask for it. They just knock on my door. Animals just find me somehow. So it is what it is. All right. Hi, Linda. I want to say hi to Linda. And we got Tets here. And I hope I didn't miss anyone. I am so glad you guys are here. Sorry, I was trying to read as I go and talk because I talk so much. Apparently, I do. Trap for Deaf, and I want you to know that you're going to get through this. I'm praying for you. I love you. You're going to be just fine. I promise. And don't you worry about your fiance. Like I said, big guy upstairs. He takes care of everything. And I already told you that earlier. You know this. You know this. You got this. You are a warrior. You're in the fight. And Woolly Mammoth Wizard, he said the movie Phantoms from 1998 was based on Black Goo. Underground being alive that could shapeshift, a bit of truth drop as they do tell us about it in Sneak. So yes, thank you for saying that. And actually, I meant to mention that earlier. There's truth in movies. Satan's got to tell you one way or the other what he's doing, what's up, what's going on. And the movie Alien, just like the movie The Matrix, there's always a little bit of truth. Truman Show, in everything. And I am a firm believer now. I don't even watch movies or TV anymore unless I got to watch the old ones or ones that already came out just to see the truth in the movie, if that makes sense. Like I'll watch The Matrix over and over, The Truman Show, or Alien, just because it's amazing. You can see the truth in there now. But I believe movies and films, obviously, we know all the world's a stage. Every man and woman merely players. And there is so much truth in that. I don't even know if Shakespeare was real, but that freaking thing right there was real. That saying is. That's how they program us. That is the part of the systematic structuring mind control game that is most certainly a psyop, very real, and has been used many times on many wars and many people. And it was being used in the 40s. We should all know this. So I don't know why people all act shocked when we tell them, yeah, mind control is real. They're like, no, okay. This president, Kennedy ring a bell? Like, hello, people, but you can't shake them to wake them. That's one thing, is ain't no shake and bake there, that's for sure. So that was a total different movie. But so I think I got everyone. I hope I did. Kim, I love you. I'm so glad you're here. Hottie, hottie, hottie. If I missed someone, I'm so sorry. That's the last thing I ever mean to do. And Christy, I think I said that already. You guys are, like I said, I can feel a lot of your pain right now. But I also can see a lot of smiles too, because I know that you got it in you. And I think I made it to the end, unless I just got another one. But like I said, I just want to shout you guys out every time, anytime. I never, ever want to forget. And I feel bad when I do, and especially when I look back later, I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't see so-and-so. Linda, did I just see a Linda? I think I said that earlier, didn't I? Yes, Linda. You are amazing. I love you. Thank you for being here. So Linda Burns been said. I think like one contact, like I said, I think either my contact's torn or not in. It just happened a little bit ago. So, but wasn't gonna stop me. Then Benjamin again, thank you again. I am just so appreciative to all of you for just being here, alive, well, and supportive on all levels. And that's what we all need to do. We need to keep supporting and loving each other because there are strength in numbers, y'all. Like, you have no idea. And there's strength within us, each of us, no matter what. So I think Benjamin, I've used the ivermectin a lot, worked for a long time. These things become immune somehow. It's the weirdest thing. But like I said, I think love is may not make the whole symptomatic, like actual, but there's an amazing presence with the love factor that kind of just makes it obsolete, so to speak. I don't know. I can't explain it, but I'm good. I'm good. My body might be doing weird things. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. Not yours though. Yours is not well right now. You're gonna go get those kiddies and go night night. You don't you back talk me. I'm not gonna hear none of that nonsense tonight. It is bedtime. See what I mean? I know that's what I said, but it's too late now. No talking. All right, guys. Like I said, have a good night. I love y'all, and I hope and wish and just want you to know that you can do this because we are warriors and we are in the fight. It ain't nothing gonna stop us at all, ever. So yeah, and I mean that. So if you guys need me, I'm here. Anyone that wants, you can message me, call me. I always put my number out there. 832-520-3535. Yes, I'm that girl. And yes, it sometimes rings like crazy and sometimes it doesn't, but it doesn't matter. I made myself a promise to put myself out there for others that need me or need anyone or need anything. Don't have to have the answers. I wish I did, but I do have to have the time because I made that promise. So just so you all know, I love you and I'm here for you. So with that said, y'all have a good night, blessed weekend, and keep smiling because somebody farted. Promise. Really? No, they did. All right. On a good note, though, y'all have a good one. I do love you. Bye. We'll talk to you soon. Next week, hopefully.